Should a murderer go to jail for murdering?
Absolutely.
Should a thief go to jail when he steals?
Absolutely.
Should a robber pay back the money he robbed?
Absolutely.
So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did?
That's right. That's right.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home. Only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting. The trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angels, be ready to rap. Cracking the sky, nuclear missiles will make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be. Slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash. Get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom, we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
Ain't no remorse in my blood, Slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember Yahawadah's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit a Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they make an oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world of mass shooters. There was design fire for our babies to pass through. And the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
Give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So then you said that they put.
Yeah. Let's get it. Let's get it. Man. Shalom, Israel. We are the ISUPK, started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yahawadah. And this is the Tuesday night Brotherhood class with your teachers, Officer 5K Thawashab Layah and Officer 500 Chaanak Yahawadah. And this is.
How you feeling, man? You all right?
My man, so like you said, I'm feeling tawab. It's just the pressure of everything. how everybody else out there feeling. I bet hundreds and brothers and sisters feel like me, trying to pack, get things organized for the Passover so you can get on the road to get there. I'm gonna tell y'all this: do not let that demon defeat you. If you're having a rough time, if you're having a hard time today, if things seem like it's taking a mile to get, take a step back, assess the situation, and let it be known that the Lord is with you and can't nothing stop you from getting to that Passover. Whatever obstacle in your way, just a minor setback for a major comeback. So just think about it like that, because I've been dealing with shit all day. It's like it. And, you know, things want to get in your way to get you frustrated and knock you off your rocker. I have yet to put one thread in my suitcase. Like, and I'm leaving tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, just take your time, get things organized, get things situated, and you'll be too off. That's how I'm feeling, sir. It's like.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Well, it wouldn't be Passover if you didn't feel that way. You know what I mean? So, listen, like the time of Egypt, of how we made haste and did everything last minute and ate them unleavened bread. It's the same thing we in right now today, 2025, man. Praying for a second Exodus. You know what I'm saying?
Kind of one kind.
For real.
We definitely are. We most definitely are. So with that being said, today's class is talking about the 10 plagues of Egypt. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna take a trip back in memory lane
I like that
and
song.
read it. Is it like you said?
Nah, I said I like that song. Trip back, man.
Trip down memory lane.
Yeah, what you know about that, man?
Yeah. So we're gonna take a trip back in the memory lane in our history. How the Lord saved us from our oppressors and from our enemies and brought us out of the land of Egypt. And you know what I'm saying? The things that he said that was going to happen, that's going to happen again. He's going to bring us out of Egypt again with his strong right hand. And this time you're going to be a part of it. You're going to be part of the second mass exodus out of this land of oppression. Just think about those Israelites that was in that situation when Moses was telling them to get the lamb, spread the blood over their walls in their house, on the outside of their house. Prepare ye, make haste. Don't take nothing that you can't carry. The Lord is delivering us. Just think about how excited, how nervous, how afraid, but how glad they was all at the same time. All those mixed emotions. To finally be leaving their land of oppression. I bet some of them were scared as hell. You know what I'm saying? And I bet some of them was happy as hell. Not knowing what, you know what I'm saying, was going to be, what tomorrow was going to bring. They just knew that Moses told them to get ready. We leaving this place.
Right.
So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about the 10 plagues of Egypt and the importance of the Passover. Why should it mean a lot to you? It's more than just getting your fly's garment together or your fly's dress or catching up with brothers you only see on YouTube or Facebook. It's about the whole nation of Israel coming together to serve the Lord, to be one nation again. You got brothers coming from across the water. When I say across the water, I'm talking about Europe. I'm talking about England. You got brothers in the islands. You got brothers in the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? Midwest, you got brothers all over the earth. We got a brother coming from South Africa. And no, he ain't no Hamite. He's not a Hamite. We ain't the
That's right.
IUIC. You know what I'm saying? That brother coming from South Africa for the Passover. So just think about it like that.
Yeah, right. So what you think? You want to just dive right into it?
Couple
10
times. So
plagues?
yeah, I'm ready
Good
whenever
stuff.
you ready.
All right. Let's go ahead and grab the first verse. Let's get Numbers 33 and 3. And of course, you know what I mean? Anything you want to bring out, any verse, any scriptures, all that, you know what I mean? We'll definitely rock it out. You know what I mean?
I got one or two, one I just flipped to, and that was just the Lord.
Oh, okay. So let's go ahead and grab those, man. Big up the big Jew. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Drew as well. Shayara, who that young man. Rome out of Tampa. Big up everybody in the class. If you want to join the class, man, click the link. The link is posted in the YouTube chat. So go ahead and click it, man. If you want to join the live. All right. Did you want to grab them precepts you have first, or you want to just get right into it?
It's in Exodus chapter 12.
Exodus chapter 12.
You got that on you?
What'd that say?
It's talking about when Moses told when the Lord told Moses about getting the lamb and about the first month, about the Passover.
All right, yeah, if you want to grab that, go ahead.
Kind of, you can break it down, sir. The book of Exodus, chapter 12, verse, we're going to start at 1. And it says, and the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, this month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, in the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for a house. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbors next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your account of the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. He shall take it out from the sheep. Ye shall take it out from the sheep or from the goat, and ye shall keep it until the 14th day of the same month. And the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening, and they shall take of the blood and strike it on the two sides posts and on the upper door post of the houses, wherein they shall eat it. And they shall eat the flesh in the night, roast with fire and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it. Eat not it raw, nor sodden it with water, but roast it with fire, his head with his legs, and with the pertinence thereof. And ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning, and that which remaineth of it until the morning, ye shall burn it with fire. So this is the Lord telling us how to prepare the lamb for the Passover. He's telling Moses to tell the children of Israel how to get ready to prepare the Passover lamb, because the Lord is going to pass over Egypt that night. Whatever day he tell them to do it, that night the Lord is going to send an angel of death to pass over Egypt. And y'all all seen the movie, The 10 Commandments, where they put the blood over the post. This is where they get it from. But the thing is, the people that's in the movie are not the same people that you're reading about. The people that you're reading about are blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Those people in the movies are Edomites. So they are not the same people. But they took our history and made it out of movies and made it out of religion. I'm just giving you a little backdraft of what, slaughtered the lambs coming from, how we prepare our lamb, what we do. We do this in concordance with what the Lord told us how to do it. The Lord gave us instructions. We follow those instructions to the T.
And right,
Yeah,
man. This is a holiday, right? A holy day, what the world calls a holiday for blacks, Hispanics, and indigenous people, man. Like even Christ kept the Passover. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Yeah. Ain't no Easter in the Bible.
Couple concerts. So, that's basically the all want to read, because I'm pretty sure we're gonna touch on it in the other books.
All right, Most High in Christ, man. Most High in Christ. Hope y'all heard and took heed to it. So let's get Numbers 33 and 3, right? We're going to get the understanding of the 10 plagues that took place in Egypt. You know what I'm saying? The Lord had 10 plagues that he punished Egypt with for enslaving his people. You know what I'm saying? What we're going to do, we're going to get the whole understanding behind it. Shout out to General Katham Gabar who broke this down. You know what I'm saying? So now we able to break it down as well. All right. So whenever you got it, you can go ahead and read.
The book of Numbers, chapter 33, verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
And they departed from Ramesses in the first month, on the 15th day of the first month. On the morrow after the Passover, the children of Israel went out with an high hand and in sight of all the Egyptians.
Mm-hmm.
For the Egyptians buried all their firstborn, which the Lord had smitten among them.
Right, which Lord has smitten, right? Read on.
Upon their gods also the Lord executed judgment.
Upon who?
Their gods.
Read on.
Also the Lord executed judgment.
Right, upon their gods. Right? The thing is, each plague that took place in Egypt is a direct response to the so-called gods that they had at that time in Egypt. Right? What the Lord did was make a mockery to show that these gods that the Egyptians worship are no gods at all. They're just idols. You get what I'm saying? And each plague represents that. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna dive into the plagues and get the understanding of what God correlates with what plague. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is a man of war. That's what it says in Exodus 15 and 3. You know what I'm saying? So he know every type of war tactic that's out there. You know what I'm saying? He know how to bring his enemy down. And Egypt was puffed up at that time. You know what I mean? There was the most powerful country that existed at that time. A superpower. Had all the wealth in the world. You know what I mean? Built up treasure cities. You know why? Because they had their people in slavery. Don't that sound familiar?
Mm-hmm.
That sounds familiar, don't it?
Okay.
I mean, who is the most powerful country today? Anybody?
It's lucky, sir.
Go ahead.
United States of America.
United States of America. And guess what they have in common with Egypt?
It's lucky.
Go ahead.
They have the children of the Lord in bondage.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? They got blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians in slavery. Right? And this is how they got rich and wealthy. You know what I mean? So what we can do is identify how the Lord brought down this superpower and know that it can be done again. You know what I'm saying? And whatever gods these people worship today, you know what I'm saying, are nothing but idols to the Lord. Right? Let's get Exodus 7-16. Let's get the first plague, right? And I think we got, who we got on? We got Fred on here. You can hear me?
Khan, sir. Shalom,
All
Israel.
right. Khan, shalom, boy. What's going on?
All is well.
Hey,
All is well.
shalom.
Hey, man, shout out to y'all in the chat, man. Brothers already headed to Atlanta. You know what I mean? Be there or be square, man. It is going down. You know what I'm saying? The Lord 56th annual Passover right in Atlanta is not too far. You know what I mean? If you in Florida, man, go ahead and head out there, kick it with your folks. April 12th, man. It's the Lord's Passover, all right? So whenever you got that, you can go ahead and read.
Okay. The book of Exodus, chapter 7, verse 16. And thou shalt say unto him, the Lord God of the Hebrews have sent me unto thee, saying, let my people go.
Saying what?
Let my people go.
Let my people go, right? What was Moses by identity? What was he?
Salakia,
Go ahead.
a Hebrew.
The Hebrew. So who would be his people then?
The Israelites.
The Israelites, right? The Lord saved the Israelites out of Egypt because they were the only people that was in bondage at the time under Pharaoh. Now you got many people out there that say there was a mixed multitude and everybody was mingled in. But where did that at in the scriptures? You know what I'm saying? The only prophet that rose up to get redeemed out of Egypt was Moses, and it was for his people. Right? Read on.
Come. That they may serve me in the wilderness.
Mm-hmm.
And behold, here too thou wouldest not hear.
Mm-hmm.
Thus says the Lord, and this thou shalt know that I am the Lord. Behold, I will smite with the rod that is in thy hand upon the waters which are in the rivers, and
Which
they
are
shall be
where?
Salaki,
I said, which are where?
which are the waters which are in the river,
Uh-huh.
and they shall be turned to blood.
Right. It shall be turned to blood. Right? This is the first plague. Now, let's go into Egyptian culture to see what God this correlates with, right? Let me share my screen. Give me 1 second. All right, y'all can see it? No, you can't. Hold on. All right. Are we good to go? All right. So you see that right there, right? So this is the God happy, right? This is the God of the Nile River. Can y'all see it? Do y'all want me to zoom in?
We can see it a little bit, especially on the bottom path. It's a blue guy, right?
Yeah, you see it? I'm
Come.
zooming in. All right. All right. So this is the God that they worship, right, for their water, for their drinking water, to bathe with, right? So when Moses was saying that Pharaoh didn't want to let his people go, the first plague that the Lord gave to Egypt was the plague of cursing the waters and turning it into blood. Right? He made the water undrinkable. Right? He made the water to where they can't even bathe with it. Right? There's books like Josephus. Josephus is a historian, a Jew, right, from old times, antiquity, and he wrote down the history of the Israelites. You know what I'm saying? And he wrote down how the Egyptians was suffering at this time. Think about it. If your water is contaminated, you're going to go days without taking a shower. You know what I'm saying? You're going to go days without drinking water. That's going to cause what?
Infections, sir. So lucky.
Right. Infections, diseases. You're going to be malnourished. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to be hydrated. Right? For us as a people, we can kind of understand this because we've been oppressed by the so-called devil. Right? I mean, the devil, my bad, not the so-called devil, but the devil, the so-called white man, you know what I'm saying, who oppressed us. You got brothers out there in Flint, Michigan, who waters was contaminated. You know what I'm saying? Well, imagine the whole water supply of America being contaminated to where nobody has any drinking water at all. You know what I'm saying? And that's all in response to the God Happy, right? The God of the Nile. The Egyptians will pray to the river, right? So they can have rain each year, rain down in their land. You know what I'm saying? Which is going to help them grow crops, and they can have drinking water, and the river is flowing and prosperous, you know what I'm saying, to help them grow their crops. You know what I'm saying? Well, the Lord said, to hell with that. You know what I'm saying? Your guys are nothing compared to me. Right? Read on.
Okay. Verse 18. And the fish that is in the river shall die.
And the what?
And the fish that is in the river shall die.
What do you think that's going to cause if the fish in the river die?
Salakia.
Go ahead.
Pestilence.
It's going to cause pestilence. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Salakia, I was done.
Oh, yo, Khan, you right. Yeah, pestilence. What about the smell? What do you think that would smell like? Think about it. The water is so bad that the aqua life can't even exist in the water. That's how bad it got. Now imagine all the dead fishes that's in the water. Now you go to drink it. All those cells and bacteria that's in the water is gonna go where now? It's gonna go in your body. You get what I'm saying? And when fish die, they also give off a smell as well too. The Egyptians was in a bad situation. Think the most powerful country don't even have running water. Right? Read on.
Okay. And the river shall stink.
Mm-hmm.
And the Egyptians shall loathe to drink of the water of the river.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, say unto Aaron, take thy rod and stretch it out thy hand upon the waters of Egypt, upon their streams, upon their rivers, and upon their ponds, and upon all their pools of water, that they may become blood.
That they may become what?
Blood.
Right, and it was red. Right? If I'm not mistaken, not too long ago, this happened in an area around, I want to say in Asia or something like that, where the waters turned red because of algae. You know
oh, yeah. I heard about that story too.
Right. So we know that this could, possibly come to pass. It could happen. You know what I'm saying? What people don't want to understand is God is the one that's making it happen. God was destroying Egypt. And there was nothing they can do about it. These two cats, all they did is put their staff in the water and contaminated the whole water supply. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's power from the Most High. Right? And that's the first plague. All right, so that's due to the God happy. All right. You can drop that. Let me get Exodus chapter 8, verse 2.
Okay. The book of Exodus, chapter 8, verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
And after thou refuse to let them go,
Mm-hmm.
behold, I will smite all thy borders with frogs.
Right. So even after the water supply got jammed up, they still ain't want to let the children of Israel go. Stubborn as can be. You know what I'm saying? Because they understood how rich and wealthy and powerful they got from us just being on that land. And it's no different from today. You think your oppressor really wants you to go? You think he's working these jobs? You think he's building up the infrastructure of America? Right? That's you, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. You know what I'm saying? We the one that work hard day in and day out just to build up this stinking country. You know what I'm saying? And our oppressor is too proud to want to let us go. And it's no different with Pharaoh in Egypt. Right? The first plague wasn't enough. So you know what the Lord did? He gave a second plague. Right? Read that from the top again.
Come. Exodus chapter 8, verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
And if thou refuse to let them go, behold, I will smite all thy borders with frogs.
Mm-hmm.
And the river shall bring forth frogs abundantly,
Mm-hmm.
which shall go up and come into thine house, and into thy bedchamber, and
Right.
upon thy bed,
Mm-hmm.
and into the house of thy servants, and upon thy people, and into thy ovens, and into thy needling trough.
Mm-hmm.
And the frog shall come up both on thee and upon thy people.
Right. Lord said, guess what? You want to worship frogs? You want to make a frog your God? Guess what? Have at it. You want to have frogs everywhere now. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is a response, a direct correlation to the Egyptian god Heket, right? Also known as Heket, was a prominent frog head goddess in ancient Egypt religion, personifying generations, birth, and fertility, and often depicted as a midwife assisting in childbirth. Right? This is the god right here. If y'all can see it. I'm trying to pull the image up. Hold on. Y'all can see the image of it, kind of?
Yeah, we can see it a little bit. It's far.
Okay. Let me try to make it bigger. 1 second.
So, like, maybe if you were to go to images, it should show like a bigger picture, maybe. So, like, yeah, see?
You see it now?
Come.
All right, Most High in Christ. You see the head? It's a frog head, right? This is one of the Egyptian gods, Heket, right? And what the Lord did, he plagued them with a crazy amount of frogs in their land. Now, what does that do? You ever had a frog jump on you?
Right.
How do they feel like? What do their skin feel like?
Wet and slimy.
Wet and slimy. Well, guess what?
Oh,
If you get a good amount of them, you know what I'm saying? Eventually, that slime is going to build up. You get what I'm saying? You're going to have that slime coming from out of your walls.
Wow.
slime all over your bed, slime everywhere. And this is what the Most High did as a direct response to their gods, to show them that these gods are nothing. They're nothing but idols. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Big Jew also said it as well too. You will get warts. You know what I'm saying? They got frogs in their beds everywhere. Remember now, that's what it said in the scripture. The frogs is going to be everywhere. It's going to be inside of your house, on your bed. They're going to be landing on top of you and everything. You know what I'm saying? Which can cause warts. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what the Egyptians had to deal with. Right? And impressing his people, right? Read on.
Come. Verse 5. And the Lord spake unto Moses, say unto Aaron, stretch forth thy hand with thy rod over the streams, over the rivers, and over the ponds, and cause frogs to come up upon the land of Egypt.
Well, guess what? They did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, Pharaoh thought it was a game. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to understand how the Most High works. Like, he is about his word. You know what I mean? When he want to flex his power, he can flex his power. You know, they make God out to be, you know, some passive deity that just lets you do anything you want to do. That's not how it works, man. God got rules. You know what I'm saying? And he told Pharaoh to let his people go through Moses. And Pharaoh didn't want to listen. Pharaoh thought it was a game. Right? Until the plague started to hit. Right? You can drop that. Let's get the third plague. Let's get verse 16.
Khan Adawan. This is the book of Exodus. Can you hear me, sir?
Kai, that's fine.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 8, and verse 16. And the Lord said unto Moses, say unto Aaron, stretch out thy rod, and smite the dust of the land, that it may become lice throughout all the land of Egypt.
That it may become what?
Lice throughout all the land of Egypt.
Right. Right. This is the third plague, because the second one was not enough for Pharaoh. He still ain't get the picture. Right. So the Lord had to bring another plague. All right. Read on.
Come. And so they did. For Aaron stretched out his hand with his rod, and smote the dust of the earth, and it became lice in man.
It became what?
It became lice in man, and in beast. All the dust of the land became lice.
You know what I'm saying? The place got filled with lice, right? Lice and dust. All right, this is what ended up happening. All right, and this is a direct response, right, to this God right here. Right, mythology, a mythical God. None of these gods are real. You know what I'm saying? These are all idols that the Egyptians worship. Y'all can see it? Hold on. Right, the third God is Geb. Right? He is the god of earth, farming, and fertility. Right? Often depicted with a goose on his head and considered the father of Osiris, Isis, Seth, and Nephthys. Right? This is their god for farming. Right? The god of the earth that they worship. Right? So nature and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? What the Lord did, he covered all of that up with dust and lice. You know what I'm saying? Flies everywhere, right? Itching, You know what I'm saying? Everywhere. Everybody itching. Dust is hard to breathe. You know what I'm saying? He damn near polluted the land of Egypt to where it's not even habitable to live in. You know what I'm saying? He started out with the water, then move on to the frogs, and then he also brought lice. All right, to mess up their whole farming system that they had in Egypt, which they prominently got from us. You know what I'm saying? It was because of Joseph helped out the Egyptians. You know what I'm saying? And this is how they paid us back in return. Same thing in America. We don't want to help them out and do everything, build up their countries, build up their cities. Next thing you know, they talking about deporting us. Next thing you know, they calling you an alien, an illegal alien. You're an immigrant. You're a criminal. You're a rapist. You're this. You're all of that. When America would be nothing without us. And guess what? Pharaoh would have been nothing without the children of Israel as well, too. Right? Read on.
Con out of one. That they may become lice throughout all the land of Egypt. And so they did. For Aaron stretched out his hand with his rod, and smote the dust of the earth, and it became lice in man. Salakia. I reread it. Verse 18. And the magicians did so with their enchantments, to bring forth lice, but they could not.
Because all this was coming from God. You know what I'm saying? The Lord was doing this. Right? Jump me down to verse 22.
Con out of one. Verse 22. And I will sever in that day the land of Goshen, in which my people dwell, that no swarms of flies shall be there.
Right. So this is lice, flies, all type of insects. Guess what that does to the vegetation? What does that do to the crops? All right. It makes it a lot harder for farming, don't it? It makes it a lot harder just to be outside also. You get what I'm saying? If you ever go outside where it's like nothing but dirt road, I don't know if you ever been around the area like that with nothing but dirt road, right? And people was walking by and driving by. Guess all that dirt from the ground ends up rising up, and you have to breathe that in. Right? It's the same thing with the Egyptians, right? It was dust everywhere. I could imagine how the allergies was. You know what I'm saying? Coughing up, sneezing, insects everywhere. Right? And that was all in response to the god Geb, right? Which is the god of the earth. Right? They wanted to worship grass and the ground and the earth. The Lord disrupt all of that by making it nothing but dust. Right? You can drop that. Let me get the fourth plague. Let's get Exodus 9 and 8. Chaanak, you still rocking with me, man? Where you at, Warrior? Anything you want to add? This is America had the Dust Bowl, which was just
Come,
man.
Like, so you know how the youth do be.
Nah, you good, man. Yeah, anything you want to add too, man? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, let me get in for a minute. Let me, you know what I'm saying, step in this joint. What's going on here, as Officer Thawshot been explaining and bringing out, showing you TV and the Bible, two different things. What the Lord did to Egypt concerning these plagues was for a reason. The TV don't show you the meaning and the reason behind the plagues. You can only find that in the Bible. And what the Lord is showing you, and what also Thabashab is breaking down, he's telling you the Lord is battling. He's going to war with these so-called gods of Egypt.
Right.
And like our Thabashab said, the Lord is a man of war. So what he's doing now is he's going to war with all these so-called gods of Egypt, because guess what? Don't get it mistaken. Some of the Israelites was believing in these guys too. Look how long we was in Egypt. Hey, look how long we was in Egypt. So you got, just like today's day, look how long we've been in America. And we've been taking on all these false gods and these false religions. So the Lord wasn't only just proving it to the Egyptians that their gods wasn't diddly squat. He was proving to Israel also that he is the living God.
Damn right.
There's no other God before him, around him, under him, none of that. So he's fighting a battlefront on two fronts. He's showing his people, yo, I'm the business. And he giving the Egyptians the business. You know what I'm saying? So like that's all I wanted to bring up.
Damn right, man. Damn right. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta realize that the God of the universe is our God. You understand what I'm saying? The God that created everything is our God. You know what I mean? And he don't want us to be looking at anything out there as if they're God and we should worship it. You know what I'm saying? Like the Lord is a jealous God, man. You know what I'm saying? The scripture says, "Thou shalt have no other God before me." We got to get rid of these idols. Christianity is idol. Islam, idol. All idol worship. You know what I'm saying? Every religion is an idol. Right? Crystals, rocks, sage, everything that you make out to be a god is an idol. They're not gods. They don't give you powers. They don't heal you. They don't do nothing. The Lord, the Most High of this, the God of this Bible, is the one that has power over life and death. You know what I'm saying? And like Chaanak said, that's what God wanted to show not only the Egyptians, but the children of Israel. All right. So let's get the fourth plague. Let's get Exodus 9 and 8. Whoever got that can read.
Khan Adawan. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 9 and verse 8. And the Lord said unto Moses and unto Aaron, take to you handfuls of ashes of the furnace, and let Moses sprinkle it towards the heaven in the sight of Pharaoh. And it shall become small dust in all the land of Egypt, and shall be a boil breaking forth with blains upon man and upon
beast. Shall be
beast.
a what?
A breaking forth shall be a boil breaking forth with blains upon man and upon beast throughout all the land of Egypt.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Well, guess what? Guess what the fourth plague is? Want to give it a shot?
Is it a boil? Is it a god of the boil?
Imagine that.
That's like, I really say, man, these dumb Egyptians got a god for every damn thing. That's stupid as hell.
Oh man.
So like, I
God
couldn't do
it. Right? What is boils? What does boils come from? What is it categorized as?
A health issue?
Damn right. There you go. There you go. You know what I'm saying? The god of medicine. Right? Which is Imhotep. Hotep, my brother. Imhotep, which is the god of medicine. Right? This is the fourth plague that the Lord brought to Egypt. Imhotep, a prominent figure in ancient Egypt, was not only a renowned architect, physician, and polymath, but also became a deified figure and revered as a god of medicine and healing. and even equated with the Greek god Asclepius, whatever. But yeah, there you go, right? What the Lord did in mocking that God, you know what I'm saying? He brought diseases, boils, sicknesses, you know what I'm saying, that they couldn't cure. Right? Read on.
Con out of one. The ashes of the furnace, and Moses sprinkled it towards the heaven, and it became a boil breaking forth with blains upon man and upon beast. And the magicians could not stand before Moses because of the boils.
Right.
For the
the Lord was jamming them boys up, man. Them Jones, they probably was in pain, man. Right? Read on.
Con. For the boils was upon the magicians and upon all of the Egyptians. And the Lord hearkened unto the heart of Pharaoh, and he hearkened not unto them, as
Guess
the
what?
Lord
He
had.
still ain't listen. My bad. Read that part again.
And the Lord hardened the heart of Pharaoh, and he hearkened not unto them, as the Lord had spoken unto Moses.
Right. He still ain't listening. 4 plagues deep. He still haven't got the picture that the Lord is not playing, that he's actually real. Right? You see how they saying the magicians of Egypt was coming out as well too. Right? Meaning they had their own people for medicine that can heal and that can, make lice and do all the type of stuff to make it seem as if they have some type of supernatural power. But really, they just faking the funk, deceiving the people. Right? And God called them out on it through Moses. A man who had a speech impediment, could barely speak. You know what I'm saying? Going up to the most powerful man in the world at that time and just straight giving them all, the plagues of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? The Lord always looks out for the underdog, right? And that's because the Egyptians used to worship Imhotep, which is the god of medicine. You know what I'm saying? They had all type of gods, but none of those gods was able to do nothing for them. All right. Anything you want to add? Feel free to do so.
Okay. Boys, look at here. The Lord don't be playing. He's like, I'm gonna get these niggas boils.
Yeah, man.
And them
That probably
shit hurt.
itch too.
Itching is the least. You want to hope that's all they do is itching. Them boys hurt. When you ever they call them boys, but Negroes, Judite call them risings.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you ever had a rising, you know what that feel like. Them things hurt. They hurt just being there. It ain't nothing pleasurable. They hurt just being there. Like you got a rising on your leg or on your arm or on your arm, like anywhere is that, it hurts. Your body's trying to push all of that bacteria and that pus and stuff out. But if it's not ready, to, you know what I'm saying, burst or leak, that joint hurt, boy. Sometimes you gotta go to the hospital to get it lanced. Meaning like they gotta make a small incision in your skin to let all the bacteria out. To squeeze it out to get it out because you in such pain, and sometimes people put hot rags on it to make it come to a head, and then they'll pop it. But sometimes you got to go to the hospital to get them things lanced, and boy, do they hurt.
Dang, good night. Like Big Juke said, man, them Jones bust, man. Boy, they fill with pus too, right?
Yeah, it's like a big ass white head.
Oh. I don't want to pull. I ain't gonna pull it up, but
Pull it up,
gotta
son.
get the picture with the brothers.
Pull it up. Pull it up. Slush.
I ain't gonna pull it up. I ain't gonna see that.
Come on, son. Don't get it. Give him the whole thing. Give him the whole bread and butter. Give him the bread and butter.
Man.
Just to show you got to pull it up though. You gotta pull up the like it. If I may, don't pull up when it pop. Just give them you know what a boy look like, what a rabbit look like on somebody's skin.
Y'all want to see it? Give me a one in the chat if y'all want to see it.
I'm finna put a one in the chat.
All right, man. Let's go ahead. Let's check out Boils, man. Boils on skin. Images.
Look at that.
What?
That little joint. That's a good picture of it right there.
What, this one?
Yeah, that's before it popped. That's the part where it hurts at. Yeah, you probably gotta scroll down some more to see more other ones, but yeah, that joint, like when it's there, like you see where the two fingers at.
Yeah.
When it get like that, that means it's ready to come to a head. It's ready to pop. Look at that on her face.
Oh man, that shit oozing out and everything, man.
Mm-hmm. Look at what the Lord
probably
did.
Getting on each other and whatnot.
Yeah, look at what the Lord did to the Egyptians. Look.
And
Back
these
at
are
the
just one. God.
Salakia. And these were sent by the Most High. So these wasn't no one little bump. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't stand before Moses.
Mm-hmm. It was all over their body. Like, look at this guy right here. Imagine that.
I know he in pain, boy. I know he just wants somebody to take his head off.
Man.
He wants somebody to take his head off.
Yeah.
Ain't no way you can bust all them boys.
Yeah. He just gotta live with it. That's crazy. That nigga was in pain, boy.
He's right now somewhere trying to commit death by suicide. That's the only way to go out. They just running the police station with a butter knife. Watch some cops unload on him. Take him out of his misery.
Sis said they can get big as a golf ball.
What? Sure can.
Wow.
I seen one. This dude had one the size of an orange on his face.
On his face?
Like right by his cheekbone. Like his whole joint was swelled up.
Wow. Yeah, that's hell, man. You know what I mean? That's the price to pay when you don't listen to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? I would have gave up the ghost. So you and I both, dude. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the fourth plague, God of medicine, right? Let's get on to the fifth plague. Let's get Exodus 9 and 18. Well, hold that. Let me get Wisdom of Solomon 17 and 7 real quick, and then we'll get the Is it the fifth plague? My bad.
Lucky you say Wisdom of Solomon.
Yeah, Wisdom of Solomon.
$17 and $7.
Come about Kashah.
Come. I got it.
All right, you got it, Ward.
The Book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17, verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
As for the illusions of art magic, they were put down.
Talking about the Egyptians, right? Each time a plague happened, what happened? Who was there too? The magicians. Right? Read on.
And their vaunting in wisdom was reproved with disgrace.
You know what I'm saying? They're vaunting, meaning they're puffing up, their proudness. They, boasting like they the ish. Yeah, we Egyptians, man, we got the God of medicine, we got the God of the Nile, we got the God of light and the earth and all that stuff. So they thought they was good. right? Until Moses stepped on the scene. Read on.
That will come, verse 8. For they that promised to drive away terrors and troubles from a sick soul were sick themselves of fear.
You know, like the magicians, when they pulled up in front of Moses, what did it say they had to? The boys, right? All right. These same magicians who was known around the area to heal people, and they all did it in the name of Imhotep, right? Couldn't even heal themselves. All their medicine at that time could not work. There was no pill, no shot they can take, no ointment they can rub, or anything they can use that can heal the people of their boys. The Lord gave them an uncurable sickness. You know what I'm saying? Because they want to puff themselves up and thinking they unstoppable. Thinking that their gods are real. Thinking their magic is real. Well, the Lord proved them all wrong with that play. In every play he did, right? So let's get Exodus. Let's get Exodus 9 and 18.
Come on. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 9 and 18. Behold, tomorrow about this time I will cause it to rain, a very grievous hail, such as has not been in Egypt since the foundation thereof.
Right. Grievous hail. It's going to be storming outside, right? Read on.
Even until now. Send therefore now and gather thy cattle and all that thou hast in the field. For upon every man and beast which shall be found in the field and shall not be brought home, the hail shall come down upon them, and they shall die.
They shall what?
They shall die.
Man, you ever seen hail rain down before? Jones ain't no joke. It's no joke at all. Right? Right? It's no joke at all, right? So this is always in response to and let's get the next god. You got a god called Nut. You gotta be crazy to worship this god. Alright? This is an ancient Egyptian religion god. Nut was the goddess of the sky, heavens, cosmos, often depicted as a woman arching over the earth or as a celestial cow with stars covering her body. Well, guess what the Lord did? He cursed the sky. Cursed the sky. And allowed hell, violent amounts of hell, to rain down on the people of Egypt. You know what I'm saying? And hell can be huge as well, too. You dig what I'm saying? Imagine a huge boulder of ice falling all the way from the sky, smacking you on the head. You might not survive to live to tell the story. You dig what I'm saying? All right, and this is what the Lord caused to happen. All the cattle got hit. The people who was outside got hit. Anybody who got caught outside in the crossfire was hit with hell. Right? Read on.
Verse 20. He that feared the word of the Lord among the servants of Pharaoh made his servants and his cattle flee into the houses. And he that regarded not the word of the Lord left his servants and his cattle in the field. And the Lord said unto Moses, stretch forth thine hand toward the heaven, that there may be hail in all of the land of Egypt, upon man, and upon beast, and upon every herb of the field. throughout all the land of Egypt. And Moses stretched forth his rod towards the heaven. And the Lord sent thunder and hail, and the fire ran along upon the ground. And the Lord rained hail upon the land of Egypt. So there was hail, and fire mingled with hail.
Damn. Good night. Wow.
Very
Imagine
grievous.
that. How could that even be possible? Right?
Hey, you know,
Go ahead.
I think this is maybe my first time hearing that it was fire mingled with hell.
Con.
Heard about the hell, but I didn't know fire was with it. So you mean to tell me hell was coming down? So it's like balls of fire coming down from heaven, smacking them in the head and killing them. Not only are they getting hit in the head with hell, but it also getting burnt.
Wow.
Because when it landed on them, it's burning them.
Right.
And it's burning whatever they got out there.
That's crazy.
That's strategic, boy. That's warfare.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, man, that's how the Lord get down now. I think it's a game. Think something like this cannot happen in our lifetime. Watch and see. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is about no games, man, especially when it comes to his people. You know what I mean? He told Pharaoh, let my people go. Pharaoh ain't want to listen. You know what I'm saying? So what the Lord did, he plagued them with blood in the river, sent frogs, lice, you know what I'm saying, flies, right? Messed up their livestock, all of that. Boils, right? And now he's plaguing them with hell. You would have thought with this one, right? Fire and ice coming down from the sky together, you would have thought a nigga would have been like, all right, let me let them go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Well, guess what? Guess what Pharaoh did, y'all?
He didn't let him go, sir.
Huh?
So he didn't let him go.
He ain't let him go. He did not let him go. All right? My fault. This is the 7th plague. I said this is the 5th plague. This is the 7th plague, right? The ones we went through was the Nile, frogs, the lice, the flies, the cattle, right? And now we on hail right now. All right. Read on. What verse you on?
Verse 25, sir.
All right, read on.
Come. Verse 25. And the hail smote throughout all the land of Egypt, all that was in the field, both man and beast. And the hail smote every herb of the field, and brake every tree of the field. Only in the land of Goshen, where the children of Israel were, was there hail.
Man, I like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Get the Lord ahead for that one, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Only where we was at, we were straight. We had nothing to worry about.
Salaki.
Go ahead.
If I may, that kind of remind me of the Great Depression.
Yeah.
In America.
Kind.
Because while the Americans was going through the so-called white America was going through the Great Depression, Black, Hispanic, and Native American cities and towns were thriving. They wasn't standing in those soup line waiting all day for a bowl of water and chicken noodle soup.
Right.
And some hard stale bread. They had things going on. So that's why I wanted to say, like, you know, this kind of remind me of that because it said where we were good. Could you imagine, like, where you were is sunny, But if you look down the road, if you look down the way far off, it's dark, cloudy as hell. It's fire. It's ice. It's all of that. You see all of that going on. You hear cries and screams and all of this going on. But in your land, it's a beautiful day outside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's
right.
a psychological thing for Israelites to see too. Like that'll put the fear in you. Like, damn, look what the hell going on miles down the road. But look at what's going on over here. Like,
Damn right. Damn right, man. You know what I'm saying? Like during the Great Depression, man, we had the Black Wall Street. You know what I'm saying? We had a whole bunch of towns all across the nation that was thriving and prosperous. You know what I mean? And when the economy fell, we didn't fall. It had nothing to do with us. We stood together. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened in the time of Egypt. We stood together. We stayed with each other. Right? And while the Lord was judging the Egyptians, he made sure we were straight. You know what I'm saying? The goddess Nut could not help them that time. No matter how much they prayed to her and worshiped her and all of that stuff, there was nothing they could have done to clear the skies of hell and fire. You know what I'm saying? They must have been coming down fast too. They said it knocked down trees.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? They could rip a hole in somebody's chest. Knock his whole head off. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? Throughout everything that we're reading about, Moses didn't have to lift not one finger. He had to pick up a sword. He had to go to blows with Pharaoh or nothing. All he did is serve the Most High, and the Lord judged Pharaoh, man. You know what I'm saying? Right? Sis said, these are plagues only the Most High could cause. Scientists would be so confused. Fact. So confused, man. Big Drew said they used this in ancient wars and catapults. It says none of the natural disasters hit the hood this year. Fact. You know what I mean? The Lord do not play when it comes to his people. Right? Let me get 10 and 5. Exodus 10 and 5.
Oh, not a one. This is the book of Exodus, verse 10 and chapter 10 and verse 5. And they shall cover the face of the earth, that one cannot be able to see the earth. And they shall eat the residue of that which is escaped, which remaineth unto you from the hail, and shall eat every tree which groweth for you out of the field.
Mm-hmm. Right? So all they cattle, all they beasts was just dead, laying right there in the ground. Right? Read on. That was there on verse 5.
so like you say,
Go ahead.
You started at verse 5, but verse 4 explains what he's talking about in verse 5.
All right, Con, you can go to verse 4.
So like,
nah, it's all good.
Con. Verse 4. Else, if thou refuse to let my people go, behold, tomorrow will I bring the locusts into thy coast.
Mm-hmm.
And they shall cover the face of the earth, that one cannot be able to see the earth. And they shall eat the residue of that which is escaped, which remaineth unto you from the hail, and shall eat every tree which groweth for you out of the field.
All right, so this is the next plague. Jump me down to verse 12.
Con out of one. Verse 12. And the Lord said unto Moses, stretch out thine hand over the land of Egypt for the locusts, that they may come up upon the land of Egypt, and eat every herb of the land, even all that the hail has left.
Mm-hmm.
And Moses stretched forth his rod over the land of Egypt, and the Lord brought an east wind upon the land all that day, and all that night. And when it was morning, the east wind brought locusts, and the locusts went up over all the land of Egypt, and rested in all the coast of Egypt. Very grievous were they. Before them there were no such locusts as they, neither after them shall such be.
Locusts, what does that cause? All right, you get a great swarm of locusts. What is that going to do?
Salakia.
Go ahead.
A barren land.
Right. All right, it's going to make things dead and famished to where you're not able to grow anything. You know what I'm saying? You're going to make your land barren. Now, this is in direct correlation to, what is it? Right? Right? This is direct correlation to the Egyptian god Set. Right? This is the Egyptian god of Set, was a god associated with chaos, the desert, storms, violence, and foreign lands, often depicted as a trickster figure who was the brother of Osiris and antagonist of Horus. Right? So this is the god that they worship for storms, you know what I'm saying, for, you know, stuff in the desert, all of that bull crap. They had a god for everything. You know what I'm saying? The god of chaos and all of that stuff. Well, guess what? God brought the chaos. Right? He definitely brought that. Right? And also, this is the god of life also. Right? So all these locusts that's going out and eating the vegetation is killing the land. Crops are dying now. You know what I mean? Where now the Egyptians don't have nothing to eat, nothing to put in their store. Right? Because of all of these locusts. Right? Read on.
Con out of 1. Verse 15. For they covered the face of the whole earth, so that the land was darkened. And they did eat every herb of the land, and all the fruit of the trees, which the hail had left. And there remained not any green thing in the trees, or in the herbs of the field, through all the land of Egypt. Then Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron in haste. And he said, I have sinned against the Lord your God, and against you. Now therefore forgive, I pray thee, my sin only this once, and entreat the Lord your God, that he may take away from me this death only.
He feeling it now. Pharaoh's feeling it. What was that, Chaanak?
No, come, sir. I just like, yeah, come, sir.
Yeah, God, he feeling it now. You know what I'm saying? Now he looking around, he's seeing no green leaves, no vegetables, no carrots, no broccoli, no lettuce, no nothing. The locusts came through and wiped all of that away. All right, read on.
Con out of 1, verse 18. And he went out from Pharaoh and entreated the Lord. And the Lord turned a mighty strong west wind, which took away the locusts, and cast them into the Red Sea. There remained not one locust in all the coast of Egypt.
Right. You know what I'm saying? The Lord ended up stopping the plague. What Pharaoh did after that, y'all? You think he let his people go? What you think? Think that was it? Hell nah. It don't stop there. There's more. Right? Let's get Exodus 10 and 21. Right? This is where the Lord is starting to turn up the temperature now. You know what I mean? He's gonna really show them as if hell and fire wasn't enough. Locusts or frogs and all of that. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is gonna show them that he is a force to be reckoned with. Right? Let's get Exodus 10 and 21.
Con out of 1. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 10, verse 21. And the Lord said unto Moses, Stretch out thine hand toward the heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt.
There be maybe what?
That there may be darkness in the land of Egypt.
Darkness in the land of Egypt, right? Read on.
Even darkness which may be felt.
Which may be what?
Even darkness which may be felt.
Now imagine that. Right? This is not darkness as if, when you turn off the lights, right? And it gets dark in the room, right? This is so intense that you can feel this darkness. Meaning it's like a mist or fog. You ever drove outside while it's foggy? Right? Imagine that fog cloud being a dark cloud. Not only that you don't have no lights, but you also can't even see anything in front of you because the fog is so thick. The mist is so thick. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of judgment and play that the Lord brought, right? Now, who can guess what God was the Most High Power mocking here? Anybody want to give it a shot? Right? It's dark. It's dark outside. Even in the daytime, it was dark. Right? The big Jew is correct. Ding, 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 ding. Exactly right. You know what I mean? The Egyptian god Ra. Right? Let's see who this god is. Right? Ra. In ancient Egypt mythology, Ra was the sun god, revered as the creator and king of all gods, believed to control the daily cycle of light and darkness, associated with life, death, and kingship. This is the god that they worship, Ra, which is the sun. They worshipped the sun. So you know what the Lord did? You know what he did? He blocked it out. Right? The God of light, right? At that time, there was no light for them to see. You know what I'm saying? The Lord blocked out all light, any form of light, whether it came from the sun or even if they had a fire lit in front of them, they still wasn't able to see.
Wow.
Right? Let's get Wisdom of Solomon 17 and 17.
Another one.
You got it, boy. What's 17 say?
Chapter 17, verse 17. For whether he were a husbandman or shepherd or laborer in the field, he was overtaken. He endured that necessity, which could not be avoided, for they were all bound with one chain of darkness.
Mm-hmm. Let's jump up so we can get some context. Start at verse 5 for me, Baba Kashaf.
One, verse 5. No power of the fire might give them light.
No what?
No power of the fire might give them light.
That's how dark it was.
Wow.
Where if they even lit something in front of them, they still wasn't able to see. Read on.
One. Neither could the bright flames of the stars endure to lighten that horrible night.
Mm-hmm. Read on.
Only there appeared unto them a fire kindled of itself, very dreadful. For being much terrified, they thought the Salakia.
You got it.
Oh, he said something.
Yeah, that's what the Egyptians were saying.
You gotta be on mute, Chaanak. But you got it, Fred. And this is my last one too. I got one more and I'm done, Chaanak. I'm done.
Verse 6. Only there appeared unto them a fire kindled of itself, very dreadful. For being much terrified, they thought the things which they saw to be worse than the sight they saw not. Wow.
Imagine, like, their imagination was terrifying them. He's saying the things that they thought they saw. From what? From what they can hear. Because they can't see nothing. Right? Read on.
Verse 7. As for the illusions of art magic, they were put down, and their vaunting and wisdom was reproved with disgrace. For they that promised to drive away the terrors and troubles from a sick soul were sick themselves of fear, worthy to be laughed at. For though no terrible thing did fear them, yet being scared with beasts that passed by, and hissing of serpents.
They were scared of what?
Yet being scared with beasts that passed by, and hissing of serpents.
That's all they can hear. They can't see nothing. So every little noise that they heard, man, made their heart drop. You get what I'm saying? Like, imagine that. You just somewhere in the darkness and you just hear things crawling on the wall, you know, animals making noise. You don't know where it's coming from. You don't know what it may be. You know what I'm saying? You can only imagine. And that caused great fear in themselves. Right? Read on.
Verse 8. For they, Salakia. Verse 9. For though no terrible thing did fear them, Salakia. Verse 10. They died for fear, denying that they saw the air, which could of no side be avoided. For the wicked,
that's how scared they got. Right? Read on.
Verse 11. For the wickedness condemned by her own witness is very timorous, and being pressed with conscience always forecasteth grievous things. For fear is nothing else but a betraying of the succors, that's the succors, which reason offereth.
Right, you can drop that right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, they was afraid. And guess what? While this was going on, guess what we was doing? Right? Let's go back to Exodus. Guess what we was doing? They was literally having heart attacks. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what was going on. The Lord was judging them and showing them that the God of Ra was nothing. The sun God, no sun can give him no light that day. Nothing can give him light. And they were just so afraid of the darkness that they were just having heart attacks. Like, imagine that. You're hearing screams in the background of somebody being laid out or somebody being afraid. That's all you're hearing. You can't see who's screaming. You hear screaming. It's like a horror movie. You just hear, you know, noises in the background, screaming, all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? That had to be like hell. Right? What was that? Exodus 10 to 21?
Out of 1. We finished Exodus. Oh, yeah, we're at 21, sir.
21? All right, you can read on.
22. And Moses stretched forth his hand towards the heaven, and there was a thick darkness in all the land of Egypt 3 days. And they saw not one another, neither rose any from his place for 3 days. But all the children of Israel had light in their dwellings.
All the children of what?
All the children of Israel had light in their dwellings.
Listen, we was good. We was straight. We had all the light that we needed to see. While the Egyptians was being plagued with no light, was unable to see anything. Can't even see their hand in front of them if they stuck it out in front of their face. That's how dark it was. for 3 whole days. You know what I'm saying? What was the sun at then? You know what I mean? I guarantee they was wishing for the sun then, but it was nowhere to be found. You know what I'm saying? To prove to them that God is the one that controls life. God is the one that created the sun. God is the one that created the moon, the stars, the earth, everything. He is the creator. And we are to serve and worship him and not the creations. All right? You want to say something, Chaanak? I got one more.
Nah, sir.
Okay, this is my last one. My bad. I didn't mean to drag it out.
No,
This is the
sir, do your
last.
thing. We in class. I like it.
God. Let's get Exodus 12 and 11.
Con out of one. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 12 and verse 11. And thus shall you eat it, with your loins girded. Salakia, sir, you want?
Yeah, you're gonna have to jump me up to. Hold on. I want the last one, which is in first. For time's sake. Yeah, let's get 12 and 12 for time's sake.
Con out of one. Verse 12. For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and I will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast. And against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment.
Against who?
Against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am the Lord.
Guess what? This was a direct response, like we mentioned in the beginning of the class, of all the gods of Egypt. And the last plague is where the Lord said he was going to kill the firstborn. Why is that? What God could this possibly be that God wanted, the Most High wanted to kill all the firstborn of Egypt? Who want to take a shot? I want to take it a shot. What God could this be? All right, we got an answer. Big Jew said Osiris. Okay. Sis said fertility. I think we spoke on Osiris and fertility already. Right? So what God could this be? I think the fertility and Osiris was let me see. I think it was the locust one, right? The earth, and the fertility was the frogs. Right? So now the Lord is killing every firstborn in Egypt. Right? And he's doing this as a judgment to all the gods of Egypt. Now, what is this last and final God? We want to keep on going. Give me some more answers. Now, I like the answers. I like the participation. Let's get some more. Anybody else? Big Drew said Anubis. Not bad. It's a good one. That's a good one. Not quite. Horus. All right. Not quite. This is one thing down like this, so we can probably help you out understand, right? When it comes to today's modern time captivity, right? Our people was forced, right, through slavery to believe in religion, right? And the image that they gave to us in those religions, who did it resemble? Who does it resemble? Anybody?
Like it, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Said whose religion that we did?
Nah, so you're not even listening. All right? He said they forced religion on us.
Oh, gun. So you said they forced religion on us.
Yeah, and the images that they gave us in these religions, who did it resemble?
Oh, the oppressor.
Damn right, the oppressor, right? Like it said, Esau, our oppressor. Why is that? Why is that? Why would that be? What is the point? Why would they give us an image of themselves in this religion? Why is that? Go ahead.
To make themselves look like God.
Give the brother a hand. You know what I'm saying? So now when we in the field picking cotton, right? We are doing it with the mindset that the oppressor that told me to do this is God. Right? This is what made them better slaves. This is why we look at the oppressor the way he does. That's why it's hard for us till this day in 2025 to break away from Esau, from his ideologies, from his way of life, his way of thinking, the way he lives. Because not only do we serve his religions, but we also serve them as if they are gods. Y'all with me?
Come.
So, with saying all that, why did the Lord, what God was the Lord judging by killing every firstborn? Shot. Time's sake. I know I said this is the last one for time's sake. Right? God was Pharaoh. Right? We look at the Egyptians as if they were gods. Right? Big Jew give Big Jew a hand. You dig what I'm saying? They had no male heirs to rule. Killing the firstborn son, right? Meaning there was nobody next to rule. Right? And Pharaoh is being perceived as a god. Guess who was ready to rule after him? All right? His seed. All right? The seed after him. So the Lord got rid of all of that by killing every firstborn of the Egyptians. Every single one of them. Every single one of them died. All right? And this was to show that even the Egyptians are not gods. Pharaoh was not a god. Right? Sis said the Most High brought it to his front door. Exactly. Right to his doorsteps. Right? Let's read on. Let's read. Let's go to verse 29, 12 and 29.
Con out of one, verse 29. And it came to pass that at midnight the Lord smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
From the firstborn of Pharaoh that sat
From the
on his
firstborn
throne.
of who?
From the firstborn of Pharaoh.
From the firstborn of who?
From the firstborn of Pharaoh.
Guess what? He got rid of his child. Pharaoh was not a god that day. Right? Read on.
From the firstborn of Pharaoh that sat on his throne unto the firstborn of the captive that was in the dungeon.
Read on.
And all the firstborn of the cattle.
Mm-hmm.
And Pharaoh rose up in the night, he and all his servants, and all the Egyptians. And there was a great cry in Egypt, for there was not a house where there was not one dead.
Whew. Dang. You know what I'm saying? Like the Lord ain't playing. You know what I'm saying? The Lord got rid of Pharaoh. Let me see if I can find a picture of a Pharaoh. All right? The Lord got rid of that, man. You know what I'm saying? He got rid of that. Right? In ancient Egypt, the Pharaoh, the king, considered a divine intermediary between the gods and humans. Right? This is how they looked at pharaohs. They looked at Pharaoh like he was a god. Right? And after him to rule was his child. So the Lord got rid of all of that. Every single firstborn, from Pharaoh to the animals in the field, the Lord got rid of. Hell, the firstborn roach, the firstborn mice, the firstborn, whatever it was, a firstborn, the Lord killed it. You know what I'm saying? And this is why we celebrate Passover, right? Because the Lord sent an angel to pass over Egypt and to kill all their firstborn, right? But because the Lord commanded us to put lamb on our doorsteps, that death angel passed right by us. And none of our children died. None of our firstborn died. You know what I'm saying? But theirs did. Right? And this is what we getting ready to celebrate on April 12th. I hope y'all there, man. Be there, you know what I'm saying? Celebrate where we was liberated from our oppressor. Right? Let me get one more verse. Jump me down. Verse 36. No, verse 35.
Con out of one. Verse 35. And the children of Israel did according to the word of Moses. And they borrowed of the Egyptians jewels of silver and jewels of gold and raiment. And the Lord gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians, so that they lent unto them such things as they required.
Right.
And
Right. Jump me to verse 33 real quick.
Khan Adawan, verse 33. And the Egyptians were urgent upon the people, that they might send them out of the land in haste. For they said, we be all dead men.
Right. They got us out of the land then. You know what I'm saying? Now Pharaoh understood to let his people go. When Moses told Pharaoh that, he understood then. After all firstborn died in Egypt, that's when they pushed us out of their land. And that's when we got up out of there. Right? And like I said, this is what we getting ready to celebrate. Praying that the Lord does this again. So with that, man, you can drop that. Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to be long with it, man. You got it.
Nah, man, get off the stop shot of hand, man, because what he brought out was information I'm pretty sure that not too many people knew. People just thought that the plagues were something that, the Lord did to Egypt, and because he didn't let us go, but not understanding like the Lord was in war. He was at war with those Egyptian gods and Pharaoh. And he took them down in 10 blows. They ain't want no more. The Lord, he walked the dog on them.
Right.
Took the long route.
Con.
Bit by bit. I'm going to raise this nigga up to think he this, and then I'm going to just drop him. And when he dropped that death of the firstborn, he brought Pharaoh down to his knees. The most powerful man on that side of the world was brought low by the Most High, the power of all the universe, by killing his firstborn son. That's how the Lord works. Bring him up, to put him down. So when you out there and you think the Lord is just a God of kumbaya and coming together, remember, he killed our enemies' children. Like they weren't like, know what I'm saying? Just think about it like that.
Con.
He killed their children. He killed their kids. And disrupted they whole way of life. They couldn't grow nothing after all the locusts ate all the herbs, all the wheat. The cattle was dying by hail and by all kind of other attacks. They couldn't really drink the water like that. The Lord destroyed a whole nation for blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans' sake. That's what he do for us. You know what I'm saying? The Lord will fight your battles. He will destroy nations off the earth for us. Long as we do what he asks us to do. Ain't nothing that he wouldn't do for his kids. Like it ain't nothing that you want to do for your child. Just think about the Lord like that times 10. You know what I'm saying? That he'll go to war about his kids, about his chosen people. I want to read Deuteronomy 16:1. Since we in the spirit.
Con out of one.
If you got it, let me know when you get there. When this be the only one I'll bring out, sir, because you did a hell of a job. How can I come behind that breakdown?
Shit, man. Most on Christ, man.
The lock out of one.
Go ahead.
You said 16:1?
Con. Deuteronomy 16:1.
Con. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 16 and verse 1. Observe the month of Abib and keep the Passover until
And what?
And keep the Passover.
What we about to do in a few days?
Keep the Passover.
The Lord said, observe and keep the Passover. Don't find no other reason for you not to keep the Lord's Passover. We just read about what he did to our enemy. Just so you could be free to serve the Lord in the wilderness, to serve the Lord and to keep his commandments, his laws, and his statutes. The Lord said, observe and keep the Passover.
Unto the Lord thy God. For in the month of Abib, the Lord thy God brought thee forth out of Egypt by night.
He did what?
He brought thee forth out of Egypt by night.
That's what we celebrate. We celebrating our Exodus. We celebrating the Lord taking us by the hand and leading us out of our oppression. They wanted us to get the hell up out of there. They was giving us everything we asked for. The same people that they was murdering, unaliving, oppressing, had their slaves, turned around and was giving them everything that they had just for us to leave. We didn't go empty-handed. You know what I'm saying? We didn't go like that. So keep reading.
2. Thou shalt therefore sacrifice the Passover unto the Lord thy God, of the flock and of the herd, in the place which the Lord shall choose to place his name there. Thou shalt eat no leavened bread with it. 7 days shalt thou eat unleavened bread therewith.
Right. So before y'all leave, get that leaven out of y'all house. Take that flour out of there. Take anything that rises. Get it out. If you're gonna be gone for a couple of days, and you know that you're not gonna return home till Sunday or Monday, take the leaven out before you get on the road or before you travel. Take it out of your house. We gotta observe the Passover, and we gotta observe the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Nothing that rises should be in your house. No self-rousing flour, no none of that. Get it all out. Put it in the bag, put it in the garage, or put it somewhere. I usually put it in my work truck. My coworkers be like, man, why you got all this flour and all this other stuff? It's like, it can't be in my house. Nigga. That's why. You know what I'm saying? So don't just think you clear with the Passover and you got leaven in your house. Get that leaven up out of there. Get that flour up out of there. Get all that stuff there right. Pancakes mix, all that. Get it up out of there. So those are both holy days unto the Lord that we must observe and to do and follow to the T. Because our power destroyed a nation for our sake. And he's coming back to do it again. He never lost a battle. Never lost a war. He ain't finna start losing now. He can't even lose if he tried. That's how powerful your God is. Bringing nations to their knees. Isn't that something to celebrate? Isn't that something to be happy about? Just think about it. How you gonna be celebrating when the Lord brings us out of this Egypt?
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Everything that we done went through over here. It should be reason that everybody should be in Atlanta. When you reading about what the Lord did for our ancestors and our forefathers, that he said he gonna do again for us. I'm celebrating. Just like you used to go all out for Christmas, and Thanksgiving, and Valentine's Day, and all those wicked ass holidays, go all out for the Passover.
That's right.
The Lord's Passover. Pay them $200.
Yes, sir.
Go all out for the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Rejoice and be happy and be glad when you see your brothers in Atlanta. Because the Lord is with the ISUPK, and we all up under Commander General Yahawadah, who is up under our King Yahawadah. It's a celebration. You know what I'm saying? It's a celebration. Like David Sabell say.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? Straight up. So I hope, the Lord willing, you know what I'm saying, I see all y'all at the Passover, man. I'm going to be looking for y'all too. Don't think I ain't going to know y'all names. I'll be looking for y'all. And you know what I'm saying? The water, you know, for y'all tuning in, joining in, let's get there safe. Let's get to Atlanta to celebrate the Passover. Commander General Hunter got a whole thing set up for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Let's get there. Let's do as the Lord asked us so we can get up out of this hellhole just like our forefathers did. You know what I'm saying? So the water to Officer 5K Tower Shop, like y'all for breaking that down. You know what I'm saying? That was good breakdowns. That was informational. You know what I'm saying? Thwada to Fred. Yeah, man, Fred. Thwada to everybody in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Like, share, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? And we up out this joint. See y'all in ATL, baby.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Shalom, Israel.
Shalom.
Oh, Salaki.
Huh?
Yahawadah Shem Shabarakatah. To the brothers, Yahawadah Shem Shabarakatah. To the sisters. Shalom.
Yo, Shabrakatah.